mame. Oh yes, no me wanna wash nana. Biafra mame. Prime Minister Asymmetric Momo. The spirit of Biafra is upon me. That is why I am offering this song to our Prime Minister Asymmetric in Urobo dialect and Isoko. Kanu. Lucky star is sinking, Ojukwu, Bianca. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Excellency Simon Ekpao. Nieruwe yo withdraway salute. Mr. Go with the same the freedom you brought to do well for us. Mr. Go with the same no. Amorotomo agbada guru. PM Simon John, you have done so much for us. I am shedding tears of joy. Your tide cannot be seen easily. I search around the whole world, the greatest freedom fighter. We, the Robo, we appreciate you awesome. Worry sister say you are so good, you are so wonderful. Clara Dimu say you are so good. Amorotomo agbada. Helen Peter say you are so good. Patricia Robo say you are so good. Amorotomo agbada guru. Soko with the sedo. What a wonderful man. The good guy. It's only the fool that we hate him. And I know those who are sitting at the fence in this Biafra struggle, they will not learn. Maybe they will learn in the grave. Urobisoko with the seno. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Worry sister say you are so good. Urobisoko with the seno. Clara Dim say you are so good. Anna Wabadaguru. Amorotomo agbada guru. Amorotomo agbada guru. Urobisoko with the seno. Urobisoko with throwaway salute. Even lucky star in the seno. You do well, with the seno. That you do well, we salute you, we throw away salute. Patricia Urobo say you are so good, you are so good. Amorotomo agbada guru. I am in tears of joy. For your good work cannot be quantified. Oh, Amaro Tomo Agbada Guru. Ewo, Isuko Bidise.
Those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. You do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When the Moroku, Nijimwero Mekumu Biafra. When the Siputa, Makamwero Mekanyinaga. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. Oh, when the Moroku, Makamwero Wangi. Oh, when the Muruchekwa, Makamwero Mewumu Biafra. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. The spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. When the Biafra Gideon, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Oh, Amadike no na donjon, Mukebweki Eremeyae. Odike, Mosike, Rurajovadike. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, Master Simon M. He want to smooth to swing up and you know, brother and down from my Master Simon Epa, Emesu Okwere, Onyendu. Iye Jamalike, Imapa Simon Epa Wujie. Iye Jamalike, Simon Epa Watakatabo. Ojukwu, Mkwikwere Onyendu Kine Betata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you, Prime Minister Veroni, and you got one who got I will follow you, and I will follow you, I will follow you. The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you are looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Okwe Bucharangui, Master Simon Epa, or Guinea. Master Simon Epa, Biko, GC, Kaka, Oku, Atakata, Kaina, Ojuda, Uwe, Kwolonyendu, Kine, Menata. I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back, I will follow you. Prime Minister Veroni, and you got one who got I will follow you, and I will follow you, I will follow you. Oh, Madike Biafra, Dahi Moroka Yarole. Iye Jamadike, Biafra Republic Government Awutie. Iye Jamadike, Commander General Leweshiri. Jnr Pope, Sona Atakata War. Commander Holy Ghost, Okonyendu Borokun. Maka Biafra, we're putara anyị onye ndu, Simon Efa,
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All these we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on today's program. It is Monday, another day that Ojukwu have made. I welcome everyone that have joined us on this program today, wherever you are joining from. If you are joining me on TikTok, or you are joining on Facebook, or you're joining on YouTube, which is where I'm hosting the program, I welcome you, I appreciate you. If you are joining from the TikTok, please help us to type the stream. Tap on the screen, and then share to people around you so that we can have a full house on TikTok. If you're watching from Facebook, you can equally share to everyone around you, like the program and share. And if you're with me on the Vidhaba channel on YouTube, which is where I'm hosting the program, you know what to do. Share the program, like the program, make sure you invite somebody. As you know, all the social media network, they do not promote our program. It is you that will promote it. I am still here because you are there with me, watching, supporting in various ways. So as you join, please click like and share. Make sure you invite at least one person to this program. My fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom across the world, whether you are a Biafran or non-Biafran, I welcome you to this very platform. For the record, I want you to understand that this very platform that is presenting this program is a platform that is under the Biafran government. A platform under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack any individual or persons. We do not come here to promote any propaganda or blackmail. What we do in this platform is to present the plight of the Biafran people before the whole world. What we do in this platform is to debunk every lie that has been told against the Biafran people, against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, against our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What we do on this platform is to tell the world the true situation of things in the zoological republic called Nigeria. We expose the war that the Nigerian government is waging against the Biafran people as we speak. A war is going on in Biafra land, but no media is reporting this. No conventional media is reporting it. No international media is reporting it. Investigative journalists have refused to get into these areas. Anyone that is watching us, if you know any investigative journalists, or if you are an investigative journalist, we urge you to please go down to Biafra land and see things for yourself and make the report. If you are watching this program, share it to any investigative journalist you know, so that they can go down to Biafra land and see what is happening. If you are looking for a reason to go to Biafra land, please go to the platform of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. You are going to see evidence of things that are happening in Biafra land. You are going to see information that will blow your mind. You will get information on video, you get information on audio, you get information on pictures. You will have every conviction to step into Biafra land and find out for yourself what is happening. At this time, we cannot keep silent. Every Biafran has to get on doing something. We have to engage in radical evangelism to make sure we are not shut down. The Biafra we are talking about is a country that has existed from 1967 to 1970. World powers like the UK, Russia, France, and the United States to an extent joined Nigerian government, and they fought against the little Biafra, and they took over Biafra land and handed it over to the zoological republic called Nigeria and gave it to the Fulanis to continue to manipulate and manage for them, so that they can be able to steal as much resources as they want while the Fulanis occupy the land. That is the project, and that project has continued from 1970 when they declared no victory, no vanquish till date. The war has not ended. As if people are not watching, they went ahead to declare the war recently. The Chief of Army Staff came on national TV and he said that a jungle warfare is what they are fighting in Biafra land as we speak. Later on, he changed it to asymmetric warfare. In all sense, you can see that they are fighting war in Biafra land. And there are picture and video evidence to that. But it's unfortunate, the whole world have turned a blind eye to what is going on in Biafra land. But for us Biafrans, we have said never again. That is why, after the kidnap of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Prime Minister took it upon himself to continue to pursue the cause of Biafra. And we said never again. As we speak, we have entered into restoration of Biafra in full force. My fellow Biafra, this is just a brief. For those who don't know why we are here and what we are doing, there are so many things you are going to get. Join us on this platform. Remember, every morning when we come here, it is always an interactive section. You can come in and ask us a question. If you are watching from David Harbour channel, come in and ask your question. We will respond to your question. And if you're asking from any other place, you're asking on TikTok, or if you're watching on Facebook, you can write down your question. As soon as I set my eyes on your question, I will definitely respond to it. But if you want to join me on stage, you must be on David Harvard channel on YouTube. There, you will click the link and join me. The only thing that qualifies you to join me on this platform is to be human. It is not mandatory that you must be a Biafran. It is not mandatory that you must have the same ideology with me. It is not compulsory that you must be the same race, the same country. The only thing that qualifies you to join me on stage is be a human being. As long as you're a human, click the link and come in. Bring in your question. It doesn't matter how it is. Bring in your question. We are going to answer with you. The only thing we ask is that when you are coming in, make sure you appear decent, because the whole world is watching. The Biafra government is watching. The cabinet members are watching. Our prime minister is watching this platform. So whatever information you are passing, people are watching. Children are watching. You must conduct yourself. Appear in a decent manner. We can't build another Jnr Republic, not here. Secondly, when you are speaking on our platform, please make sure you present your case in a very civil manner. Present your case in a very civil manner. If you want to get an answer, you must be civil, so that those who are watching can be able to digest what you're saying, both Biafrans and non-Biafrans. If you are a Biafran and you join us on this stage, you have the right to use your own dialect and speak to your own audience. Let the world hear and see our diversity. A healthy one, not like the one you have in the zoo, which is destructive diversity. We have diverse tongue in Biafra land, many nations that make up Biafra. If you are from any nation of Biafra and you choose to speak in your own dialect or in broken English, it is allowed on this platform. The most important thing is to make sure we talk to the grassroots and let our communication continue to go. I welcome everyone once again. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. Wherever you are watching this program, remember that today is a special day. Today is Monday. Today is Monday, a very special day for us as Biafrans. Every Monday we come together to do what we have to do. Every Monday we come together to show the world that we are no longer part of the zoo. Every Monday we come together to demand the unconditional release of our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu and every other Biafran prisoner that is being held captive. Every Monday we come together to continue to tell the world that the Nigerian government has no legitimacy in Biafran territory. The delegitimization of Nigerian government is on the highest stage on Monday. If you think Biafrans are joking, go to Biafran land on Monday. You will now understand that more than 50 million people that casted their vote to exit Nigeria is not a joke. When we talk about it, if you think it's a joke, go down to Biafran land on Monday. Today is one of those days. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are joining us from, today is that special day. If you are not a Biafran, you must take note. You have no business in Biafran territory at this time. Don't put your life in danger. Don't say you are not warned. Everything that will stand against the restoration of Biafra will go down. It doesn't matter whom you are. Remember, the Prime Minister made it clear, we have no prison to keep prisoners. We have no money to feed prisoners. The only thing we do is that once you go against the restoration of Biafra and you stand our way, we send you to God to judge you. If you will be in prison, it will be in the hand of Ojukwu, not us. Today is a special day. I can see somebody trying to join me, my brother Godfrey. Please, if you want to join me, Godfrey, you must have to sit up and again put on some clothes. Let us speak to the world. People are watching. Put on some clothes and sit up. Then I will bring you on stage. Please, my beloved brother Godfrey Chukwudi, you sit up so that Biafrans can know that we are on a serious business. This time, a lot of things is happening and we will not leave any stone unturned. fellow Biafrans that are watching, I welcome every one of you once again. It is Monday, and Sit at Home is going on as we speak. Sit at Home is going on as we speak, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. If you stand against the will of the people, you are going to face the consequence. And I thank Ojukwu that Biafrans are listening and they are ready to go. There is no more doubt if Biafrans are willing to go. It is very clear that we are prepared and our voice is made louder every Monday. Today is one of those days. And remember, the 72 hours ultimatum that was given to the Nigerian government to bring back all our brothers that have kidnapped and sent to the north and the southwest for detention elapsed yesterday. That 72 hours elapsed yesterday. And the order of the Prime Minister is that everyone that is not of Biafra extraction, that is a judge in Biafran territory, you are ordered to leave Biafra land with immediate effect. And all their judicial, whatever, court of appeal or high court in Biafra land has to be locked down completely. It is an order. If you refuse to obey that order, you will face the consequence. Don't blame anybody. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. All we care about is Biafra first. Anything that stands on our way will be brought down. Fellow Biafrans that are watching anywhere you are watching from, stay strong. The victory is very close. No matter how tough it is, we are winning and we will surely win. You're welcome, my beloved brother, Godfrey Ojukwu. Thank you so much for joining. Go ahead, my beloved brother, and speak to Biafrans. We are listening.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. I want to use this opportunity once again to always commend all the Biafran government in exile. But I want to say something very, very important. Before now, I remember our Prime Minister told us of propaganda that will going to be on a high increase from now on. And it is happening. I want to use this opportunity to tell Biafra to ignore in any form those who are trying to blackmail our Prime Minister. They should stand firm. Because I was watching one post yesterday by Banaba Gist. One guy is doing a program, and I know one of our followers, Simon Ekpa follower, joined them. So they never wanted the guy to say anything. The guy is trying to prove them wrong in their belief and in their thoughts. So the guy was asking him some questions. He played the voice of Mazen Nandekalo, where he was telling them that they should stop sit at home. He asked the guy, why did are we still doing sit at home? The guy now told him that because our leader is still in detention. They did not find it satisfied because of the answer. So I want to, like, the propaganda is on the high side now, left and right. Please, Biafrans, we should ignore it. Everybody should know the truth. If not for the sake of our Prime Minister, I don't know where would have been by this time around. I want to ask God to always be by him, to protect him well around, and all the Biafran government in exile and both the Fato government. Strengthen you people all in Jesus.
Amen. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I think you're having a network hookup, and I hope you get back and complete your line of thought. But from the observation you made, it's a very, very good point you made.
My network is
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. My network is protected. I can hear you now, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I appreciate you for that very line of thought. I am very glad. That shows that Biafrans are following up. And I love it when people come and make such very reasonable contributions and all that. I love it. In what you just said, propaganda is one thing we have to watch out for. And why some people are falling into that victim of that propaganda or believing it, because they are not following what is happening. If you are a hardcore follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you cannot fall into that propaganda. If you're following Mazi Simon Ekpa, you can't fall a victim of that propaganda. When somebody come and tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, stop sit at home, it is a lie. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never said so.
It is a lie.
This was one of the campaigns they were doing when they brought a letter, a forged letter, and said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, there is no video or audio where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, stop sit at home.
And that is true. I used to follow everything.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has had many opportunities in the court. Every one of us know that every time he comes to the court, he speaks to the press.
Yes.
Every time he comes to the court, he speaks to the press. He has never, ever one day opened his mouth and say, stop the sit at home. So we should keep the record straight. Forget about all those their forged letters and whatever they forge and present. It doesn't matter. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. The only thing we can begin to contest is when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speak as we see him in the court. And then when he says that, we will now begin to counter it and try to see, we will now begin to tell them why we are doing it. And I believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know why we sit at home. That is why he cannot come and say that we should stop sitting at home.
Another thing we need to take cognizance of is that somebody who is on hostage can say anything under duress.
Absolutely.
Can say anything under duress, and that does not mean that we don't have our common sense any longer.
Absolutely.
So we need to apply wisdom. We need to apply wisdom in whatever we are doing. I remember when the propaganda of what Nnamdi Kanu is saying started coming out initially, our prime minister said that he's not going to take any instruction from anybody from the dungeon. I remember vividly, perfectly. And when he said it, I was so happy. I was so very, very happy because Nnamdi Kanu cannot be in hostage. Somebody who is in hostage is trying to make sure that he romance whatever he had in mind in order to dance to the tune of the people holding him captive. So I don't see why any reasonable human being should come and say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying. In fact, when I was watching that program, I know that these are the DOS people. Some stupid, in fact, there are some Igbo guys that I don't even know how to rate them. Me, that is even in the zoo, they are all in abroad. I'm in the zoo, but I cannot behave like them. I can never behave like them. You understand? I must always stand by the truth, and the truth I shall follow. Biafra is coming. It will happen in their face, and they will be surprised. And you understand? It will happen in their face. I want to really thank God for giving us Simon Ekpa. I'm so grateful. A man who cannot even listen to propaganda, who cannot even be biased, who has a very strong heart. That is the type of person I like dealing things with. God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I really, really appreciate your contribution, and that is what we are up to. You know, sometimes when I see people speak in the manner you speak, I get more strength to. I don't, just like you said, I don't see why somebody who have been able to narrowly escape the cage in the zoo will come out, and yet you wouldn't have that boldness to speak about your people. While the people who are still caged within that zoo can come out boldly and speak the right thing. It is really sad. It is more especially when it is coming from the people who are most affected. That's why I tell people, every other person can be forgiven, but any Biafran, Igbo Biafran, any Igbo Biafran that stands against our freedom, will never forgive him. Any other person can go free, but anybody of Igbo extraction that stands against the Biafran struggle, I don't know. I don't know. People will never spare such person, because it is really sad to see such kind of people. It still exists. My fellow Biafrans,
may God continue to strengthen your people. It's not an easy fight. I was telling somebody, yes, I remember another thing again. I was telling somebody when I told him that, do you know why they have given Bianca Ojukwu, the Minister of Foreign Affairs? The person was looking at me. I said, let me tell you, these people want to use us against ourselves. They know that Bianca is the wife of Ojukwu, who really fought for Biafra in the past. So they want to use Biafra to go and castigate Biafra abroad. And you know, whenever she will be saying anything, they will now say this is somebody that fought Biafra, the husband fought. So why can she be saying something against his own people? So like a program I watched yesterday, somebody was calling on her to be very, very careful that she should even drop that appointment, that the government want to use him against his own people. I believe wherever she is now, she will be here. She had that program, and she has to be very, very precautious about that. You understand? Because these people, Ojukwu, I remembered Ojukwu told Gowon was even said something, said that that had he known, he wouldn't have gone for war, that he would have used us to fight us. Imagine. And we Igbos are hearing all these things day and night, yet we are giving in to that cheap blackmailing. We are giving in to that blackmailing, using you to fight your people, and you are proud of it because of money, because of what? I don't even understand. You understand? So I know Bianca is hearing and he's watching, and maybe if he's not watching, I know that this program will go around. He should be careful, because the God of Allah will not forgive him if he should play a traitor against his people. Thank you.
Thank you, my beloved brother. Now that you have mentioned the issue of Bianca, I think it's one of the things I am supposed to touch today, and our Prime Minister yesterday responded to her. You know, so many of us have been calling our Prime Minister respond. But I knew it wasn't necessary, because, as I said in my previous program, it is one man, one vote. She's free to do whatever she wants to do. And now, I want to play the response of our Prime Minister and the warning of our Prime Minister to her. Let everybody hear it. Continue to share so that she is going to get a visit. Our Prime Minister responded to her directly yesterday. I want you to listen to the response of our Prime Minister to Bianca.
My speech today will be very brief, and I hope. But I would like to point and touch many places and many issues. One is that I want to use this opportunity and medium to send a warning to Bianca Ojukwu to stay clear from anything sabotage against Biafra. If she wants to continue to have her peace, Biafra people will not look at anybody that stand on their way to freedom. Her husband led the war when Nigeria declared war against Biafra people. The great Iroko of Biafra, which is her late husband, commanded Biafra armed forces. And of course, he was the president of Biafra during that 3 years of genocide. So we are not going to trade our freedom for anything political position, because a lot of people have expected me to react on the so-called frivolous appointment of Bianca Ojukwu. The reason I have not reacted is that it is not my business. And I believe it is none of Biafran's business. She is a politician. She believes in Nigeria, and that is her own choice. She's just one person, one woman with one vote. Today, you don't expect me to start reacting when 50 million Biafrans have consented to this Biafra government, giving this Biafra government consent and the authority to fight for their freedom. So who is Bianca Ojukwu? Only one person, one woman. So I don't want to waste my time, but it is very imperative that I bring this message to her. So long as she maintains her lane, mind her business as a politician under Nigeria, we don't have problem with her. But where we are going to have problem with her is when she used that position to fight against Biafra in any capacity. Then Simon Ekpa will change to whatever that will suit her. And then we will engage her in any way possible. For now, she can enjoy her appointment. I have no business and I have no issue with her appointment under Nigeria.
You have had the response of our Prime Minister. Everybody has seen it.
Yes.
It is very, very direct and straight. The most important thing every Biafran should know, it is one man, one vote. One woman, one vote. Already we have more than 50 million people who have voted for Biafra to exit the zoo. Your one vote, it doesn't matter who you are. Even if our eternal leader come back from death and decide to vote against Biafra, it is still one man, one vote. Even if Mazen Nandi can decide to vote against Biafra, it is one man vote. Even if Mazen Simon Ekpa that is in charge today speak against Biafra, it is one man, one vote. So many of us have forgotten that democracy is a game of number. And they always say majority carries the vote. Just as our Prime Minister said, whatever she's doing as a politician is her business. She has made her choice to be a politician. We are Biafrans. Where we are going to clash with her is when she begins to stand against us or use her position against us in any way, in any manner. She is going to get it very, very hot. But for now, we pretend as if she doesn't exist. What is one vote against 50 million votes? More than 50 million. What's one vote? What is one vote? Why do we waste our time to talk about one vote against 50 million votes?
It's okay. I understand, sir.
Thank you, my beloved brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that is every other person that is watching. You know, so many of us are worried, and I understand. When Biafrans are worried, there is a reason to be worried. There's a reason to be worried, but you don't have to worry much. I know the worries of Biafra. Biafrans are people that they love themselves. When they say Biafra don't love themselves, these are idiots saying that. We love ourselves. And we don't want anybody to fall out.
Yes,
We don't want anybody to fall out. We want to carry everybody up. That is why when we see some people walking away, we feel it, we get concerned. It's not because they're going to stop us. They can't. They can't. Nobody, you can't stop this. You can't stop Biafra. The only why Biafrans are concerned is because we love ourselves. We want everybody to be there and raise the flag. We want to go to unity. Forget about the idiot who tell you that we don't love ourselves. There is no tribe in the world that loves themselves just like them. It doesn't happen.
but it's your right.
There is not. Everything that they claim is happening in Biafra land, in other tribes, it's happening in the triple fold and they hide it. But in our own, the good things that are happening, the unity of Biafrans, they don't announce it. One of the unity of Biafra that even the white men are trying to copy. The white men, the Western world are trying to copy is the trading system of Biafra, the one boy system, which has helped us from right from the war up to today that made us the leader of that nation. Which other tribe have it? Even the tribes. This is one of the reasons they hate us. There was a time one of the people that this Aisha issue or whatever. Why is it that when we are doing our apprentice system, our apprentice system is only limited to our people? We don't include them. There was a time one of this Aisha issue was complaining. One of the problems they have with us, that in the apprentice system of the Biafrans, we do it ourselves. We don't go include them. Be able to understand what the Biafrans are. Can you be able to go through with what Biafra? Can you be able to be humble to get what you want? Will your envy and jealousy allow you to follow? But instead of them seeing this good face of our unity among us, they prefer to be lies. That is why today, the new lie they are going to say, they come and think that those are killing themselves. Biafrans are killing themselves. They lie. Every insecurity in Biafra land today is created and caused by the government of Nigeria themselves. Every single insecurity in Biafra land is created and caused by the government of Nigeria. Muhammad Buhari created it at occasion, and today, Tinubu, the drug baron, is now building on the same thing. I didn't say it. In their own media, somebody said it and substantiated on it, and he was not arrested. It is a truth that you cannot hide. And let me see if I can find the video and play it. Because most of the things we say, some of us, we forget so easily. Most of these things have been said in their own conventional media. In their own conventional media. And they hide it. They don't want to talk about it. Look at one of these. This video was made years ago when somebody was revealing the way they planned the insecurity in Biafra land. Let's watch this.
Governor Obiano went to complain to President Buhari that politicians were inducing false flag operations in the East. And you know that if for a governor to say that, don't forget, when asked on Channel television, Governor Zodima also said the same thing, that there were false flag operations being carried out by politicians. Obiano has repeated it. I have said that on this station twice. I've said that on channels. I've said that on the BBC. That these are false flag operations being committed by fifth columnists working for the Buhari administration.
Do you have your claim? Do you have your proof?
Yes, one proof, let me tell you. I was in Owerri the day when there was the raid and burning of the police headquarters. I watched from my hotel room as they operated for 3 hours, 20 minutes. Later in the morning, I went to the police headquarters to check. I was looking. No single gunshot. When I later asked, was any policeman killed? They said no. Did people kill anybody? They said no. So how could that happen? For 3 hours, 20 minutes, and there is no reaction. That meant there was a stand down. And the only authority that can instruct an actionable stand down is order from above. With that, I concluded these things are staged. So, and if you look at the government, they're not honest.
Why do you think someone will be interested in staging such actions?
Because the people who work for President Buhari are the same people who work with him for Sani Abacha. It took the death of Sani Abacha for Sergeant Rochas to come confess at the Puta panel that all they were doing were false flag operations.
What exactly are they trying to gain?
What were they trying to gain under Sani Abacha government when they were doing false flag operations, trying to create impression? It was the what do they call it, Nadeco. So what they were trying to do there is that a bunch of
you have had, this is the foundation of the insecurity in Biafra land. False flag of operations. That is what you are seeing in Biafran territory. They did it from Abacha time. They did it. Muhammad Buhari started it. And today, Tinubu is concentrating on that. But when they come, they will tell you that Biafrans are killing themselves. Biafrans are fighting themselves. Who cares? They think by saying that they're going to stop us. But in this era, under the command of our Prime Minister, you are a dreamer. If you think your propaganda will stop our Prime Minister from going ahead, you are a dreamer. Dream again. The more you push your propaganda, the more you give him reason to fight more. In case you do not know. One of the things that is happening today, why we must do everything to make sure that we burn down the zoo, is the continuous detention of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The Supreme Leader of IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, has not committed any crime. And their own court has said, let him go. Some of you don't understand. I want to replay from their own conventional media so that when you are hearing it in their media, you will know that it is not just we coming out to talk. You are going to hear the report from the court. From their own conventional media. Don't mind the pictures you are going to see. Some of the pictures, some of the people there have been sacked already. Some of the lawyers, like the Karawat lawyer, you're going to see his picture there, they have been sacked. These are people who were part of the manipulation to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not free. But I want to play the report. In their own media, the report, the judgment of the court that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must be set free. He has not committed any crime. Nigerian government has no jurisdiction to try him after kidnapping him from Kenya. And I want to play it to take your mind back in memory lane. So when you see Prime Minister going ahead on certain orders, when you see us sitting at home today, and the one that is going to proceed by tomorrow, you will understand why we are doing what we're doing. I want you to pay attention to this very news from their own media. Long time ago, you've forgotten, but we have to remind you why we must continue to do what we are doing until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally, until every political prisoner of Biafra is released and set free. We will not stop. Hear this.
The atmosphere in the court is quiet, with a few lawyers and litigants waiting to witness proceedings in the appeal filed by the detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu. After a 2-hour wait, the court delivers its judgment, discharging Mr. Nnamdi Kanu of the 6-count charge of terrorism on the grounds that the trial court lacks the jurisdiction to entertain the charges against him. The court held that an unlawful and extraordinary rendition without adherence to due process of the law is a gross violation of all international conventions, protocols and treaties that Nigeria is signatory to, as well as a breach of the appellant's fundamental human rights. The appellate court holds that the federal government failed to controvert the allegation that the IPOB leader was abducted in Kenya and brought back to Nigeria without extradition proceeding. The court further adds that the government was ominously silent on the issue, which is described as very pivotal in determining whether the trial court will still have the jurisdiction to continue with the criminal proceeding before it. The court also notes that Nigeria is a signatory to African Union Convention, which it ratified on April 28, 2022, as well as the Charter on Human and People's Rights, which it said prescribed how a wanted person could be transferred from one country to another through an extradition request, which must be in writing with a statement indicating offenses for which a person is wanted. The appellate court held that the government's action tainted the entire proceeding it initiated against Mr. Nnamdi Kanu and amounted to an abuse of criminal prosecution in general. Although the counsel to the federal government left the court immediately after the judgment, the lawyer to Mr. Kanu reacts to the judgment.
There was one fundamental issue on which the court today anchored this judgment, this intermediate court. And that is that the lower court never evaluated the mountain of evidence placed before it regarding the forceful capture, kidnap, torture, and extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya back to Nigeria on the 26th of June, 2021.
With the verdict of the court.
Let them understand that man did not send us to come, that only Ojukwu Okike Abiyama Binigwe determined that we should come. Therefore, our gospel is not inspired by the things of the earth. It is inspired, of course, by the divinity of heaven. That is why we are here, and that is why we must preach it. It is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Nobody can come to us and say that anything we are proposing, anything we are presenting, anything we are analyzing, the way we do it is falsehood. They cannot attack us on the point of principle, philosophy, and ideology. They can only come after us with frivolity, things that are irrelevant. Which passport are you using? As if passport makes any sense or any difference to anybody. When baboons and monkeys leave the zoo, they claim all manner of nationalities in order for them to be able to survive. Because if you say you're from the zoo, you become irrelevant immediately. I have written another piece of prose I have to, because every day we philosophize. Every blessed day we reason, we think, because we are deep thinkers. We are natural born intellectuals.
you have seen this. For those who have forgotten where we are coming from and what we are doing, this very short video is going to wake you up from your sleep. There is no going back. Wherever you are watching this video from, I want you to know that today, we are no longer in the time of protest. We are no longer in the time of petition. We are no longer in the time of crying and sharing tears. We are in restoration mode, and Biafra must be restored. It doesn't matter what the enemies are saying. The only thing you need to do as a Biafran today is to stand with the Biafran government. That is the only backup you have. The only assurance of life you have is Biafran government. The only guarantee you have that tomorrow your business will be there, your life will be there, is Biafran government. What you have to do today as a responsible Biafran is to support the Biafran government the best way you can and obey every single instruction that is being given. There is no instruction issued by the government that is against you. There is no instruction given by our Prime Minister that is meant to intimidate you. There is no instruction given by the Prime Minister that is meant just to control you. No. It is for your own good, for your own safety and security. That is why our Prime Minister today have put everything on the line for you, for me. And we must support him. We must support him. For a long time, we have been scattered across the whole world. Nobody fights for us. Even in the homeland, things happen and people go scot-free. Not anymore. As you all know, tomorrow being 29th, it's also a lockdown. Tomorrow 29th is also a lockdown. And I want you to hear this from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, for you to know that the message is coming from the right source. Don't forget, tomorrow is another lockdown in Enugu State, to be precise. In Enugu State. And I want you to watch it.
We have seen the killings of innocent Biafrans in Enugu. We witnessed and saw on social media the brutal murder of one Ogene musician called Ja. I don't even know his name, but for the fact that he's a Biafran, he may not have believed in the Biafra struggle. He may not have believed in the quest for freedom of Biafra people, but we believe that he's a Biafran. And that brutal murder of our people is a terrorist attack. That is the reason why we continue to call the Nigeria police uniform wearing people terrorists. We continue to address the army as terrorists because that is exactly what they are. So I see, and I believe the Biafra government and the entire Biafra people see the killing of Ja as a terrorist attack against our people. What do they try to achieve? The only thing they try to achieve is to instill fear on Biafra people by murdering a well-known musician for no just reason. It breaks my heart that those who will come to shout about Samonekba will not even be talking. But you see, we have ordered the lockdown of Enugu State on the 29th of this month. Now you are going to see how they are going to attack the lockdown. I want you to see who is working for the interests of the Biafra people. We don't care who you are, whether you support what we are doing or not. But for the fact that you are a Biafran, once you get any problem orchestrated by the Nigeria state, we will represent you. And today I'm lending my voice to this family of Ja that probably have lost their breadwinner. And because Nigeria remained a failed state, the family he left behind may have no hope. Their hope now will be if things changes. And of course, you know there is nothing is going to change unless Biafra become an independent state, where we are going to recognize everyone, give you equal right, equal opportunity with the national security and the national insurance scheme of Biafra. This kind of problem as a family the government will share the burden with you. That is what we are fighting for. When Simon Ekpa with the Biafra government is doing this thing we are doing today, it is not for any other reason other than to provide enabling environment, a better opportunity, better place where police will not kill you, where those who are supposed to protect you will not turn around and shoot you from the back, as we have witnessed in Biafra land and other parts of Nigeria. The only reason for this is to instill fear on the people that police can kill you anytime and nothing will happen. Now I want to tell you that police cannot kill you again and nothing will happen. We will burn Enugu State until the people who killed this man and the other people in Biafra land will be apprehended and dealt with. I swear to God for the third time that Enugu State will never know peace until the people who perpetrated this crime against Biafra people will be apprehended. On the 29th of this month, Enugu State will be locked down, not only to look for the killers of Biafrans, but also to mourn this innocent celebrity.
You have heard it from our Prime Minister. 29th being tomorrow is a lockdown in Enugu State to hunt those who took the life of our beloved brother Iboja. Every one of us saw the video of Iboja that went viral, where he was being murdered in cold blood by the Nigerian terrorist police. A boy who has not committed any crime, a celebrity for that matter, an Ogene musician, Iboja. Every one of us saw his video. They shot him, murdered him in cold blood, and they dumped his corpse in the mortuary. And when you listen to the situation surrounding the activity, you will shed tears. A man who went to attend the program, after the program, these same people that took his life, the police invited him to come and play, entertain in their place. He went to entertain in their place and they took his life. They shot him in cold blood and they came out and said it is an accidental discharge. And they expect us to fold our hands and accept it. And this is what they have been doing. They believe that they can take the life of a Biafran and nothing will happen. So many times you have seen them on video threatening Biafrans. They say they will take your life and the only thing they will do is to put a flag of Biafra on you and the case is sealed. The only crime you need to commit in Nigeria as a Biafran today is to be a Biafran. As long as you identify yourself as a Biafran, they will take your life. It is sad. Tomorrow is locked down in Enugu State. Enugu State will be sealed tomorrow for taking the life of an innocent Biafran, a celebrity, Iboja. We are going to mourn him tomorrow, and we are going to hunt down everyone that was involved, every institution that was involved, anybody that supported the loss of that innocent life. We pay dearly. Remember, we don't have prison to keep anybody. We don't have food to feed anybody in prison. But we are going to send you to God. Whoever you are, and you are part of that evil, taking the life of an innocent celebrity, Iboja, he never committed any crime. He did not commit any crime whatsoever. And they took his life. And you want us to fold our hands and pretend nothing's happening. Those days have gone. In this era of the new dimension, under the command of our Prime Minister, you cannot take a life of a Biafran and go free. It doesn't matter where you do it. Either home and abroad. You cannot attack a Biafran and you go free. It's not going to happen. Gone are the days when we have no one to speak for us. Gone are the days when all we have is they take our life and we'll take the video and post online and cry. We take the video, we send to Amnesty International, we take the video, we send to the United Nations, and they laugh. Today we are responding accordingly. If you take the life of any Biafran, you are going to pay dearly. With whichever cup you feed us, we are going to feed you with that same cup 1,000 times. wherever you are today as a Biafran, you must know that we can no longer continue to fold our hands and watch this evil happen. We can no longer fold our hands. And I bet you, if you are a true follower of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you will understand that we have reached the highest point. If you are truly a follower of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you must know that we have reached the highest point. That is why today it is clear that the only man that is standing today, pushing the Biafrans to the direction of that very plan and foundation laid by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. I want you to hear this message from our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to take you back to memory lane.
na ga-aga ka enwe ike wee nwere onwe anyị. Ọ ka mma na anyị nwụrụ ebe anyị na-asọ nwere onwe tụbụ na anyị nọ n'ụlọ etu a mmadụ bụ mabata n'ime ụlọ mbịa bụbụ m isi a sị na-achọghị ụdị nka ọ wụghị anyị maka ga-eji wee chụọ aja ọzọ. Ihe anyị na-aga na anyị ga-enwerịrị onwe anyị. O nweghị ihe mmadụ dị ndụ pụrụ ime gbasara ya. Eluigwe ekpebiela na anyị ga-enwere onwe anyị, nwere onwe nke anyị ga-enwetakwa. Kwa ebula aka jụrụ ụmụ ya sị gbole ka ihe ga-eme unu mara ihe sọsọ ofu gboro kwesịrị ime anyị na-akpazi agwa ka anyị ahụhụ ndị Igbo ndị na-eme ha ọgụgụ isi ka ga mba ga-esi gbuo ohi nara akụ na eba gị niile iku n'ikwe itikọtakwa azụ ebe.
Did you hear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu speak? Our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is asking, how many times and how long are they going to take your life before you rise up and fight? How many times are they going to insult you, rape your mothers, rape your sisters, commit genocide in your land? How many times will it happen before you take action? How many times? Just how many times are you waiting for the entire Biafra to wipe out before you act? Are you waiting for the entire Biafran land to be wiped out before you support the Biafran government? Are you waiting until your own direct family member is affected before you support the government of Biafra? Are you waiting for your own brother to go down before you support the Prime Minister? How long are you going to wait? Definitely the Biafrans have risen. We are no longer waiting. We are no longer waiting. We don't have that patience anymore to wait. Today, we are fighting from the front. And we will continue to fight. And for those of you who have been deceiving themselves, asking some silly questions, the time has come for you to get the answer to your question. Wherever you are as a Biafran today, you have to wake up. You have to wake up. The battle line has been drawn. There is one important thing you must know wherever you are watching us from. Biafra is going to come. And no human being can stop the coming of Biafra. Either you support Biafra or you don't support Biafra, it is definitely going to come. Your supporting Biafra is for your own interest, it's for your own benefits. You supporting Biafra is for your own benefit, for you to enjoy the blessings that come with it. That is why you must support Biafra. It is not that if you don't support it, it's not going to come. It doesn't matter who you are. With the vote we have today, more than 50 million votes, and still counting, there is no organization in this world that will stand against the freedom of more than 50 million people. There's no country in this world that will stand against the freedom of more than 50 million people. In Europe, we have some countries that are 6 million, 5 million, 3 million, 10 million. Here we are talking about more than 50 million votes, more than 50 million people who want to be on their own. No matter how evil the world has become, on the table of discussion, there is nobody that will say we should remain in Nigeria. And we are going to drag them into that table of discussion. Today, on the multi-dimensional system of restoring Biafra, it is very clear where we are going. The direction is very clear. There is no reason you will give children and say, this is why I don't support Biafra, because I don't know where you're going. I don't know your plan. I don't know your roadmap. I don't know when it's going to come. I don't know what is going to happen. Those questions have been answered absolutely. The only people today that are still standing against Biafra are those who have sold their soul to the devil. And there is nothing you can do to redeem them. They are not why we are here. My purpose of coming online on a daily basis is not for those who have sold their soul to the devil. I don't care what you think, how you feel, or what you do. I am concerned about the genuine Biafrans, the children of Ojukwu, everyone from the old southeastern region, the present southeast, lower and lower. I am concerned about them. And my lookout is to pray and make sure that every one of us is carried along. Every one of us make it to that very time, appointed time. My fellow Biafrans that are watching across the world, those questions they have been asking, those questions that is making you weak, those questions you hear and you get weak, you become scared, they have all been answered today. And I want you to hear from the Prime Minister of Biafra, once again, for you to understand that we have crossed the Rubicon, just as Mazen Nanikan have said. And we have taken up that challenge. And we said, enough is enough. It is time to go home. Let's watch.
You know, the question they used to ask, when will Biafra come? This question has always been what has been in the mind of the enemy for decades. They come like friends, they laugh, and at the end, the question is actually meant to mock the Biafra agitation in those days. My fellow Biafrans, I would like to, today is Sunday, I would like to read the Bible today. I would like to read from the book of Ecclesiastes 7. The book of Ecclesiastes 7, I'm going to read from chapter 7, and I will read verse 7, and I will read 9. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Number 9, be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger rested in the bosom of fools. When you expect the Biafra government and myself to act on certain issues, we don't delve into things with our anger. We take our time. But when we start, the entire world will know that we have started. They used to ask you, when will this Biafra come? Mazen Kanu mentioned this in one of his broadcasts. Always there, when will this Biafra come? When will this Biafra come? That's a question that many, both the good and the bad, carried in their heart for decades. But that question now has an answer. The question finally has an answer. And the infinite answer will come on December 2nd, 2024. My fellow Biafrans, as we continue to put in place the delegitimization of the Nigeria terrorist state within Biafra land, We are taking it one step at a time. We're not in a hurry. This is a fight that have taken the life of millions, and we've fought this for over 50 years. The Biafra government, 72 hours ultimatum to return all the Biafrans that were kidnapped from the old eastern Nigeria and taken to northern Nigeria and other part of Nigeria to detain.
You have heard from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, as he is saying, every one of us have to bear in mind that the question of when, how, where has already been answered. From the 2nd of December 2024, it will be a different ballgame. Biafra Convention is going to kick off on the 29th of November 2024 till the 3rd of December 2024. Within the period of that very convention, the final result of the self-referendum will be called. After the final result of the self-referendum, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be made on the 2nd of December, to be precise. After this very declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra, it is going to be a different ball game. We are going to defend our land. The defense of our land will be strengthened. It is going to be much more tougher than you can ever imagine. The defense of Biafra land have already started as we speak, in case you don't know. The 72 hours ultimatum expired yesterday. Today is a total lockdown. Sit at home, as you all know. A day we demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other political prisoners in Biafra land. A day we show the delegitimization of the zoo in Biafran territory. A day we show the legitimacy of Biafran governments to the world. A special day in the life of Biafra today and tomorrow. It is going to commence. 29th, total lockdown in Enugu State to mourn our beloved brother Ibuja, and to pursue and get hold of everyone that is involved, every organization that is involved in his death. Enugu State tomorrow is going to be locked down. If you are anywhere in Enugu, stay safe. If you are out of Enugu, don't come into Enugu tomorrow. If you have anything to do in Enugu and you don't do it tomorrow, tomorrow don't do it. You don't do it. You've not done it yet, don't do it. But today is lockdown, tomorrow is lockdown in Enugu. You must stay away. Stay away. If you don't, you are going to regret it and you're going to pay dearly. From tomorrow onwards, it will never be the same in Biafran territory. The enforcement of the eviction of all the lawyers, all the judges, not lawyers, all the judges in Biafran territory that are superintending over their courts, their high court or whatever court they have in Biafra land. If you are not from Biafra land, you have to go back to where you are coming from. You have to go back to where you are coming from. If you don't, you have yourself to blame. Already, so many of them are responding. From the information that was delivered from our Prime Minister yesterday, some of them are already closing down, and they said for security reasons. They announced a temporary closure of the High Court in Owerri for security reasons. And our promise made it clear, it is not temporary. You better prepare yourself for a permanent closure until Biafra comes. The delegitimization of the zoo in Biafran territory has been started. The eviction of everything that represents the zoo in Biafran land has already started, in case you don't know. It is a gradual process. And the Biafrans have their templates. You cannot force the Biafran people to go according to your own. We are going to dictate the stage and how it is going to happen. I urge every Biafran in Biafra land to be security conscious at all times. Whatever the government of Biafra is doing is for the interests of the Biafran people. To secure our future, it is not for us that are here today. For those who are coming behind us, we want to hand them over a sane society and a sane country. We are not against any individual. We are not against any tribe. We are not against any organization or any religion. No. We are against the instruments of oppression in Biafran territory. That is what we are against. Every institution that is against us, representing the caliphate in our territory, will be brought down. They are the ones who see our enemy. So those of you who are from various regions, various tribes and religion, and you are thinking that you are, we don't have any problem with you. You are only making yourself an enemy. We never call you an enemy. We have no business with you. We are focused on protecting and defending our own land. And our focus is to protect our people. It is our right to live. You cannot deny us the right to life. Never. You can't deny us the right to life. It is our right to live and survive in our own land. If you think you are going to be the one to stand in our way, try. Try. I repeat, you are not our enemy. We are not against any tribe. Never. We are not against any religion. Never. We are not against any race or any person. No, we are against the instruments of oppression against the Biafran people. Those instruments that are holding us down, they are of different tribes. They are of different regions. They are of different colors. They are of different areas. As long as you make yourself available to be an instrument of oppression, you are going to go down. And remember, we don't take prisoners. We do not have a prison to keep people. We don't have money to feed anybody in detention. No. The only thing we are going to do is to send you to God. Then Ojukwu will give you the rightful place for you. We don't have accommodation for you. We send you to Ojukwu, and Ojukwu will give you a place suitable for you. My fellow Biafrans, you must stay safe. Any place you are, wherever environment you find yourself, you must stay safe. Stay safe. Be security conscious at all times. Don't put yourself in harm's way. The defense of Biafra land have already started. In case you don't know, the defense of Biafra land has already started. Maybe you don't know. You better know now. Now you know. Just like the Prime Minister said a long time ago, that if care is not taken, when the Biafra declaration will be made, it will be difficult to find any zoological republic force in Biafra land on uniform. The warning is clear. Don't say you are not one. Do not say you are not one. We are pursuing our own independence, and self-determination is the right of every individual. Self-determination is the right of every individual. It doesn't matter what you think, how you feel. Self-determination is our right. If you want to get yourself involved in it, it's okay. But if you do not want self-determination, you want to be enslaved. Those of you that enjoy slavery, go ahead and enjoy your slavery. Don't drag us into it. We want to be free, and you can't stop us. Any attempt to stop us, you are going to hit the rock. And I bet you will not live to tell the story. Everything that is standing against the Biafran people is what to stand against. No matter your tribe, no matter your religion, no matter your location, focus on what is fighting against you. I am going to share one of the video that I saw. Some people on their own area are waking up their people to secure their land and to retrieve their land from the Janjaweed. That is what everybody should be focused on. Don't focus on the Biafran people. We are not your problem. Those people, those ethnic groups that are focusing on Biafran people, the Afonjas and all the rest of them, that think that Biafra is their problem. Biafra is not your problem. We are not taking over anybody's land. We are concentrating on our own land, a place where we are indigenous. That is where we want to take back. Biafra has always had a map. Biafra is a country that has existed before, and we are restoring it. So it is not as if it's something that you don't know. It is something that has existed before for 3 good years, and countries of the world recognize that nation Biafra. It was recognized. It has a map and everything. And today, it has been defined openly. So we are not taking anybody's land. Our territory is what we cover. That's what we're covering. So concentrate on your own land, on how to secure yourself and your own environment. That should be your concern, and not the Biafra people. We are not your problem. All the Afonjas, all the Ifajunas, the IBOB Nigeria, and all the idiots who are standing against people who are fighting for their freedom, we are not your problem. Could you please sit down and think for a moment? We are not your problem. You come on TikTok, you come on Facebook, you come on YouTube, and all you have to speak against is the Biafran people, but especially using the Igbo Biafrans as a topic. The Igbo Biafrans are not your problem. In fact, the Igbo Biafrans are the solution. They are the solution. And since you do not want the solution, it is okay. Stay away. Don't be a stumbling block. If you do, you are going to hit the hurricane, and I bet you will not survive it. You know, the Igbo Biafrans, they are very slow to react. And when we react, it is going to be brutal, and you can't survive it. Go and ask people who tried in the past. Go and ask the people who tried in the past how they survived. We don't react easily. You might be doing it and you'll be enjoying your propaganda, your blackmail. But when we rise, just as we have risen now, we are unstoppable. And if you stand on our way, sorry is your name. Concentrate on how to secure your area. And I want to play a video that I secured. Let's listen to this video and what information they have. Then we will come back.
The strangers, so again they put their people, they kill, they fight people, bury them for shallow grave. They track, after they don't collect ransom finish, they kill the boy, they track the phone of the boy. Now Filani girl, now I hold the phone. At the end of the day, they trade the Filani girl, who give you the phone? They carry the phone. Trace and go meet the boy where he do that act. They catch the boy, he can't carry the gun show, they bury the person. Even you when you sell land for Filani, you know they safe. You don't know their mind though. Filani if you call meeting for 30 seconds before everybody don't gather. I go there inside my store before they come outside don't fool. Wait till they send a meeting. At the meeting they talk now, not this one where they call that meeting. The corporation where they get, you know, if you sell land for them, you sell problem for them. Oh. Now so they take collect this thing today, lorry. Yes. When they take me off lorry. Yes. Now Yoruba get there. The other day one same Muslim man, he tell them say now Yoruba get a lorry, not be Fulani. As they take enter, call get me off a lorry. Now they take claim a lorry today. Now the same thing they want to do for Benin Obasaki, stop them. So they won't get me off those states. They stop them. As we they give Fulani land, you they give what land though. They enter, they just be like Uftuka. Not the way they bite you, go they blow you head. Go they bite you. You go they bite, you go they blow you head, go they sweet you. You don't know say they kill you go. Now so they be. If they don't get stamina finish, they go ask you say who are you? So I beg anybody sell land for them, you rent land for them. Oh God, see what I don't chop the money. Oh, I know if you refund the money. Oh, more than assist me. Oh, we go assist you. Look for a way to assist you. Refund their money. Then they say okay, oh, relocate, leave this place. Tomorrow, you will sell land if you don't go. Your children, our children, do. If we chop today, now tomorrow go. Now tomorrow they talk. Oh, we will create the problem. Our children they will call the punish tomorrow. Yes. They will donate money from Kanu, from every account fight you for Mogayo. I beg. Now look at you know you can connect and Vilani. Okay, now call your Nikki or call the Fiji. Assist the board. I can't wait for the Bogia anywhere, by nowhere. I could be nano.
I hope you heard him very, very clear. This man is sensitizing his own region, telling them the danger of allowing the Fulanis to take over their land, selling land to the Janjaweed, the risk of selling land to Janjaweed. And I love his initiative. And you see him saying that even if you have sold this land, you have used the money and you can't be able to reform, come up and tell them they will help you to reform this money. They say you should come up and tell them they will help you to reform this money. It is very, very good move. And if you are in every region, this is what you are supposed to be doing, not to be talking about the Igbos every time. Igbo do this, Igbo do that, Igbo Biafrans do the Igbo Biafrans do that. What this man is doing is what every other region is supposed to concentrate on. Any place you are, people are supposed to be coming together to think of how to protect their region, because when you sell your land, you are selling the future of your children. The same manner they took over in Lorry, it is going to happen to you. It's a question of time. They are patient. They can wait for 1,000 years. It doesn't matter. They have made this move. It worked for them. They use it on the outsiders. They use it on Ilorin, and they are trying to apply it in other places, and they feel it, and they are ready to wait for as long as they can. This is the kind of message every other region or tribe is supposed to be preaching to secure their land. Not hating the Igbo Biafrans who are pursuing their independence, their freedom, which is going to affect every other person positively. The pursuit of freedom is going to affect every region positively. But I don't know why people choose to concentrate on things that are meaningless instead of securing their own place. The main danger, they don't talk about it. Go to platforms, you see them. It is this tribe, this tribe, they did this, Biafrans did it, Igbos did that, Igbos that. Meanwhile, the real danger is there. I hope they learn from this very video. You see people doing it, securing their land, securing the future of their children. You that is watching me, what are you doing? What is your own plan? As for we Biafrans, I think we have a wonderful plan and it is working for us. The only thing we have to do is to support the government of Biafra the best way we can. Don't look back. It does not matter what you hear or what you see. Continue to focus on the restoration of the independence of Biafra. It is the way to go. And with that, we are good to go. Let us hear this message from the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Kanu, what he has to say.
So you know it. And what is my crime? I had a meeting with all the governors of the Southeast. And the day I was having this meeting, this same man who was accosted in Nuremberg was upstairs, listening to our conversation. Some of you don't even know what transpired when I attended that very meeting with the governors, in the company of Professor Ben Wabeze and Evangelist Ojukwu. They are my witness. They are there. What did I ask for? Do you know what I asked for? Common Second Niger Bridge to build Onisha Enugu Road, build Iguacha Enugu Road, to open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport, open Calabar Airport, open, make Enugu more viable. That's all I asked for. And I'll lift election boycott. That's all. I didn't even ask them to give me Biafra. Do you know these people could not take this to Asarok because they were terrified to bring infrastructure, to bring development to their own people? They were frightened of the Fulani he-goat in Asarok, which is, of course, Abakiyari, because then Buhari was dead and Jubilee had come in. Now you understand it very clearly. Ask them, did I ask for Biafra to warrant sending the army to come and kill me? I asked for employment opportunities for those who are unemployed, for the teeming graduates we have who cannot find work anywhere. That's what I asked for. They have the papers. Go and ask them. When you met Nnamdi Kanu in Enugu, in Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi's conference room, did he ask for Biafra? The answer is no. I asked for very common. I said, go and bring something for our people. But all they cared about was their family and their clothes. 2,000 naira the charge card on social media. IPOB was busy dying to make your lives better. That's all we have been doing. And today, as I speak, this very night, Enugu Airport will be closed down. Has Modo complained? No. Do you know why? They want us to fly through Lagos, fly through Abuja, and every flight comes in the evening. So you lodge in a hotel. You improve the economy of the West and of the North. But we have no airport anymore. Some of you don't know this. It's all been lost in the hoo-ha about Nuremberg.
The supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the only crime he has committed is that he is asking for the right of his people. He is not asking for anything difficult. The reason why they kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and they continue to keep him in captivity today is because he's demanding for the right of the Biafrans, wherever they are. And you think we should overlook and pretend nothing is happening. We will never forget, and we will not overlook anything. We will not overlook anything. Not the slightest thing we will not overlook. We are going to give it to them back to back. Under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, it is clear that the battle line has been drawn. And we are going to fight till the last man standing. If you think we are going to retreat, sorry. Sorry to disappoint you. We have just started. We have just started and you are complaining. You haven't seen nothing yet. My fellow Biafrans, brace yourself up for what is coming. Brace yourself up for what is coming. Just as our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said, they will buy us, we will buy them. But at the end, Biafra is going to come. The continuous detention of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu cannot be overlooked. But we have to know that clearly it is Biafra that will free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, nothing else. It is Biafra that will free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If you think there is any other thing that's going to free him, you are a joker. That is why you see our Prime Minister today. There's nothing you can say to stop him. The more you try to stop him, the more you give him reason to fight more and increase speed. The more you make your move to stop him, the more you give him reason to fight more and be more brutal. And the greatest mistake you can make today is to try to think you can stop the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. You are a dreamer, and you can continue to dream for all I care. Your dream will never come true. Any attempt you make to stop Mazi Simon Ekpa, as in all no excursion game. Anytime you make that move, just have it in mind that you have only succeeded in giving him a reason to fight more and fight harder. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, you must stand and stand strong. Don't allow anybody or any person to distract you. The freedom of the Biafran people cannot be played with, cannot be sold. It is either Biafra or Biafra. You're welcome, my beloved brother Maxwell. Thank you so much for joining me. Good to have you here, my brother Max. Go on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mazu Chuks. Eziboto Namoche. Good morning to you and to your family. Good morning to all Biafrans, wherever we might be today, this morning. Good morning to Mazu Nnamdi Kanu. And I pray that God Almighty will protect him and keep him safe from the evil plans of the enemy. And let the will of God happen on the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I also say, may God bless the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, the Finnish people, the Finnish government. My brother, you do not know the kind of threat that is going underground and lobbies that is going underground on the side against the Finnish government. It is huge. It is huge. But God, as God will never allow the enemies of freedom, the enemies of humanity, the enemies of the children of God, Biafra, prevail upon them. That is my prayer. Yes, 72 hours given for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for them to free an innocent man has elapsed. We have a Biafran Republic government in exile and a prime minister that is spearheading the affairs of the government. Whatever their decision is what we are going to take. Whatever they decide to do, his cabinet members, their policies is what we are going to work with. I am expecting whatever that the prime minister is going to dish out, to come by himself and from him and his cabinet members, the honorable members of the Biafran Republic government in exile. And I would like to use this opportunity to thank the Biafran people in homeland Biafra that are, observing the sister Thomas well. Oh, some of my brothers have in Aba has shown me some little clips of how the place is right across Ubingo, Biomangwa, Aba, everywhere in Aba, and how they are observing it. That is what is killing them. Anytime they see it, they get angry. They know that the Biafran Republic government under the leadership of Mazi Simon Ekpa is in charge of whatever that happens in Biafra land. They are confessing. Even the pig himself is confessing. The pig, you are not in charge. If you don't listen to the voice of your one of your agent, your killer agent, Asare Dokobo, no be juju be that. You think say you dey wise. Your agent is coming out to tell you that you cannot. Simon Ekpa is in control. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu cannot be, kept in prison while innocent people are dying. And the people he is talking about are, most of them are his, colleagues in crime. The security agents that are, kissing the dust anytime, that are taking their own handshake and so on and so forth. That is the reason why this man has come out. They cannot control it. These are armies of volunteers. You cannot. You cannot. Like I continue to say, the worst war a professional or conventional army will fight is a war of asymmetric. You can't win it. You cannot. You can devise any means to counter them, but you will fail because they own the land. Their modus operandi is surprise. Hit and run. That is how we call it. Hit and run. And the day around you, you will not even know who they are because their uniform and things sometimes might not be defined. It's an asymmetric system of warfare. They are getting tired, but because of their pride, they cannot say they are tired. They are losing at all fronts. The Boko Haram in the north is moving away with their weapons, buying them as well. The other day, is it in Zamfara, Katsina State or wherever? Police people were quiet. They will continue to deal with them at all fronts. Our Igbo people say it is not good for a dog to carry excreta in both ears. These people are carrying excreta both in both ears and on their tail. And they will suffer for the evil that they committed against the children of God. I saw a video. You see the Nigeria that these people are planning. A Nigeria where when they come out, Mazi Chuks and those that are listening to me, when they come out, they behave like the ice water is poured on them. A member, an ordinary member of House of Representatives, slapping someone that worked for him, coming into his house to collect his money, and this man is beating the hell out of this young man, threatening him, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? These are the things that we are fighting against. These are the reasons why we say we don't want to belong in a society where there are segregation and class difference. We want a country, Biafra, that everybody is equal to the law. Everybody is equal to the law of the land. Absolutely. Just imagine the slap. A young man that worked for you, that came to collect his money, instead of you to pay him in peace, agreement to be agreement, then he will go. You begin to threaten him because you have authority, asking him, challenging him to call the IGP. This is Nigeria, and you want to tell me that God will not destroy such country that, that encourages this kind of wickedness against mankind. And a man, look at him. I don't know whether that is his complexion or bleaching. Oh, God. May God make Biafra to come.
You see?
May God make Biafra to come. May God make Biafra to come. He say, let we take care of all this nonsense. Let's take care of all this nonsense. God, bring Biafra to us. Support make it come. Make it come quick. So that Biafran people will breathe that sigh of relief. Because we've been killed enough. We've been raped enough. We've been dealt with enough. Jihad, both economy and everything, has been carried out on your people. People, save them. Save us. Save my mother's ancestral land from these demons. Save them. Save them. Save them from the hands of these demons. Let everything that they are going to do be sanctified by you, God, in order to get my mother's ancestral land free. To stop the desecration of the land that you have placed, your own people you created, your own people. You took time to fabricate the country that you took time to create and bless so much. Free them. Free us. free my mother's ancestral land. I've been in space. I've been in so many space. I have seen what people are doing, especially those from our own folds. Mazi Chuks, you would not believe what is happening. But I am not surprised because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prophesied about these things.
Yes.
So they were during Ojukwu's time, so shall they be in this our time. But the only difference is that God is going to give us Biafra, and these people will be mentioned and called out, name and shame for what they have done against those that have taken the mandate to fight for the restoration of Biafra while they were there, putting obstacles ahead of them to fall. And the main enemy is using them. He's using them, bankrolling them, because that is what they love to hear. You look at the jailer that is in prison today, that could have been a typical example for these people, because you cannot, the worst
They will never learn.
The worst war, like I always said, even for the time we were in Sister Linda TV show, is the war you are going to carry out against your own people. That is the most difficult war you will fight. Ijele or Udele started it. Look at where he is. In Abuja, in IAIT, where he was going to campaign against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, continuous detention of Mazi, even the firing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in prison. Today, the Northerners were supporting him. Ijele speaks. Ijele speaks. Ijele speaks. Where is Ijele speaks now? They have run away and abandoned him. Nobody now is coming to remember him. They have abandoned him. Yet you people will not learn from there. And you say that the best thing you would do is to go on spaces, open spaces, and begin to castigate your own brothers and sisters that has taken the responsibility to say enough is enough, something that you cannot do. You would die like the others. I yield here, brother.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution as always. You have always been giving it. Thank you. I appreciate you. And Biafrans that are watching anywhere you are watching from, you can see it clearly that Biafra land is under lock and key. Biafra land is under lock and key. We cannot afford to allow any idiots to take over our land. We cannot afford any idiot from anywhere to take over our land. So Biafra land is under lock and key as we speak. And this is to show the world that Biafrans are ready to, we can't be much more ready than we are today. Biafran people are very much ready. It is not just by speaking out, it's not just by saying it. We have seen more than enough. We have seen more than, if you say you don't know the reason why you should fight for Biafra, I'm sorry. You are not the reason why we are here. We are here for those who sincerely want to be free. And we will continue to preach this gospel because the time has come. Just as our Prime Minister said, the question you have been asking for a very long time, the question you have been asking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, oh, they say Biafra will come. When will this Biafra come? When will this Biafra come? When will this Biafra come? Finally, the date has been announced. The date has been announced. Do you still have a question? All you need to do is to watch, sit back and watch. If you feel you cannot participate, you feel you have nothing to offer on the restoration of Biafra today, don't stand on our way. Don't. The greatest mistake you can make in your life is to stand on the way of Biafra, because if you do, we are going to crush you. We will crush you. Every single thing that has to be done to see that Biafra is restored is in progress, and we will continue to do so until Biafra completely exit the zoo. Let us hear this message from the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today is a day we demand for his unconditional release. And I want you to hear his voice speak.
Our people cannot see because they are blind. People cannot see because they are blind. But we are here to open your eyes. In the blessed land of Biafra, where we are under the bondage of the zoo because a few idiots want to be president of Nigeria. Because after that, then what happens? All of them killing themselves over Jonathan presidency. From the so-called Niger Delta or Yoruba that was dying because of Obasanjo presidency. Where are they today? They are still the ones crying that things are not okay. So you think as an Igbo man, if you're there for 8 years, somehow, miraculously, you will change anything? You don't say tried and they killed him. Use your brain. It was meant to be Alex Ekwueme after Shagari. Buhari overthrew the government in 1983. Some of you don't know history. Rather than allow an Igbo man to become the president, they did a coup. Some of you need to reason very well. Obioso, you claim you went to school, you should be able to use your brain. How can you believe it? People who are foolish, they cannot, because of the Nchonche wild chicken change they give you in Abuja. You guys have a house in Abuja because of that. You are going to suffer and die. There are mad people. You've not seen anything yet. You have not seen anything yet. People are free to do whatever they like because they are not coming out openly to support Biafra because of their business interest, because they are selfish, because they do not understand what patriotism is, because also they were groomed by Fulani Janjaweed to do exactly what they are doing. That's the reason why they are the way they are. Our people, let me tell you something. Everybody who was a multimillionaire after the war was a saboteur during the war. That's what they do. Everybody who was a multimillionaire immediately after the war was a saboteur during the war. It has benefited most of our people over the years, and they are continuing in that very vein, which is very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. That is why we need a revolution. And in a revolution, you cleanse all these idiots. Of course, I'm not going to say what will happen to them. There will be no more. That I can assure you. You are going to come out again to try and defend your right to exist in the land of your ancestors. People talk about tanker explosion. I want to ask you this question. You know, a lot of people don't understand what the Janjaweed, the Fulanis have in store for us. Every time we hear about a tanker explosion somewhere, why don't these tankers explode in the north? Why are they not exploding in the north? I ask, why is it that all this gas explosion, these cylinders exploding and killing people doesn't happen in the north? That is to tell you that they know what they're doing. It's part of the coordinated attack to deplete the populations of the south, to make us become very fearful, and to make us easy prey for the taking by Janjaweed terrorists from the Sahel. Even those who supported the coming of this Janjaweed government, this terror organization, now it is clear to my Yoruba friends that what you have in Asarok is a terrorist organization masquerading as president, because there's no Buhari. Everyone knows that very well. There's no Buhari. What you have is a terror organization masquerading as presidency, now coming out to defend what is in effect indefensible. And it is very, very sad.
You have heard that message from our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and it is very clear and direct. Wherever you are, you must prepare yourself. There is no amount of bribe they will give you that is going to save your life. That money they are going to give you will last just for a little while. There is no hope or defense that you have anywhere apart from Biafra. We know that so many people, because of the little business they have in the zoo and interest they have, some of them because of 1 or 2 room hotel they have in Nigeria, some because of the bakery they have somewhere, they want to die and go with it. But I bet you that your selfishness cannot stop the collective interest of the Biafran people. Your selfish attitude cannot stop the collective interest of the Biafran people. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, there was a time when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was sounding a warning for those Biafrans in the north to come home. So many of them closed their ears. We are no longer in that time. The warning has been given. Announced several times. People refuse. And I'm asking now they can make it clear. We cannot stop what we are doing. It doesn't matter where you are. Master Simon ever came on board. He reiterated the same message. We cannot stop. Defend yourself wherever you are. We are concentrating on defend. As long as you're in Biafran territory, you will be defended by the Liberation Army of Biafra. The Liberation Army of Biafra will protect Biafran territory and secure it. Absolutely. But if you are outside Biafran land, prepare to secure yourself. Fight from any front where you are. Nothing will deter us from the restoration of Biafra. Call have also been made for those Biafrans that are serving in the Zoological Republic Army. Either you are serving in the police, in the army, in whatever. In the zoo, the time has come for you to tender your resignation and walk away. If you choose otherwise, good luck. If you choose otherwise, good luck. Whatever happens to you, you will be responsible for it. We have seen confessions where soldiers turn against their own, those who call the terrorists that they call soldiers, turn against those from the southern, the Christians, and take their life. There have been so many reports of how they are taking the life of the Christians among them in the military. It is for you to know the danger you are in. If you are from Biafra land, more especially, and you are still serving in the military, if they send you to Biafra land, you are gone. We don't care your tribe. We don't care your religion. We don't care. If they send you in Biafran territory to be an instrument of oppression and take life, you are gone. We are going to send you to God. If they leave you to serve in the north, of course, your fellow military man is going to fire you from the back. That is sure. Now you understand the danger you are in. The choice is yours. Of course, we know that some people have already made themselves a sacrificial lamb. Good luck. But as for us, we are not going back. It is either Biafra or Biafra. Today is a sit at home, as always. And tomorrow is a lockdown, absolute and total lockdown in Enugu State. Don't forget that. If you are in Enugu, share this program to anybody in Enugu State. Share it, and let it go wide. Tomorrow is a total lockdown to mourn our brother Iboja, the Ogene artist, one of the celebrities that was killed in Enugu State. We are going to mourn him tomorrow, and we are going to fish out everybody that was involved in his death. That very organization, those terrorists in uniform, tomorrow is a hunting day. And until they are hunted down, we will not stop. If you are in Enugu State, remember, tomorrow is a lockdown. Gone are the days when you take the life of Biafrans and we keep silent. It doesn't matter whether the person supports Biafra or not, whether the person is speaking for Biafra or not, as long as the person is from the old southeastern region, the present south side is Lower Kogi and Lower Benue. As long as you're from our territory and anything happens to you, the Biafran government will react. We are not waiting for you to come and join before we act. Because injustice against one is injustice against all. We can't wait. Tomorrow is a lockdown in Enugu State. We will speak loud. The whole world is watching. And we have made it clear, very, very clear. If you are still serving the enemy in Biafran territory, we are going to send you to God. We do not have a prison to keep anybody. We don't have a cell to kill somebody and feed him. We will send you to God, and God himself will put you where you are supposed to be. It is a promise that we fulfilled. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, as we are coming to the end of this very program, remember today is a sit at home. I have shown you how it is going on in Biafra land. Videos are already coming out, which I have shared now. Biafra land is under lock and key. Biafrans are speaking very, very loud. The restoration of independent state of Biafra is not a joke. The date has been announced. All you need to do is to pay attention. If you want to be among those that will raise that flag, be mindful of what you do going forward. If you have no business outside, be in your home. This is not the time to stay away late hours. This is not the time to move very early. This is not the time to go out unnecessarily. When you don't have any business outside, stay at home with your family. Be security conscious at all times, more especially people in Biafra land. If you are watching this video, share it with your family members. There is nobody in Biafra land today that doesn't have somebody abroad. Every one of us have families back home. Share this information. They should stay away and stay safe. The primary objectives of the Biafran government is to save and protect the life and property of Biafran people. We don't want to lose any single soul. We have lost more than enough. And the primary objectives of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, is to save life. That is why he was named the Ambassador of Peace. Global Ambassador of Peace was a title he won. It wasn't the Biafran that gave him that title. An international organization gave him that title, the Global Ambassador of Peace. They can push any blackmail and propaganda they want. Who cares? Call him whatever you call him today. We don't care. What matters is what you are going to call him in 10 years to come. What matters is what you are going to call us in 10 years to come. It doesn't matter what you call us today. The Mandela you celebrate today was called a terrorist. His name was still in the terrorist list until he died, before they removed it. Even while they were celebrating him, his name was still there as a terrorist. Martin Luther King was called a terrorist at a point in time. Gandhi was called a terrorist. Name them. All the activists that performed well and saved their people was at a point in time named terrorists. So when you give us that title, knowing what we stand for and what we are following, it is a badge of honor. And we don't care. If you think that will stop us or deter us, sorry, you have met the wrong people. Before we conclude, I will allow my beloved brother Maxwell. We have spent more than 2 hours on this program. As we are rounding off, please, my brother Maxwell, take your time and give your speech and round it up the closing speech so that we can round up the program. Go on, my beloved brother.
Thank you so much, Mazi Chiefs. I do not have much to say to my people. I would like to tell them to take inference. Draw your inference from what your Okene is doing. Draw your inference from what your Okene, your Wawa is doing. If your Okene will be doing defending Biafrans and Biafra land in all platforms, both for and against, if you are a full-blooded Biafran, I don't know the reason or the rationale why you should not do what I am doing. It is your responsibility. I can sit in my father's land, Ghana, Upper East region, because we have peace. Do you know that our terrorist score, is it a terrorism index score of Ghana is 0, Mazi Chiefs?
See?
89 in the world, number 89 in the world. Our score is 0. Yes, we are passing through economic challenges and all whatnot, but we have 0 score in terrorism, 89th in the world. But Nigeria is number 8 with 7.8 score, number 8. Number 8 in the world. This is the problem. That is the problem at hand, the Biafrans all over the world. When you take your children to school in foreign land, remember the children of our people in our land that cannot go to school for no just reason of their own, but for a careful systematic subjugation. A carefully designed system to bring our people down. Look around the Biafran land today. Tell me if there is any presence, solid presence of federal influence in our land. Nothing. Your federal roads are like rural areas, rural roads. Your hospital, I was looking at is it the FMB hospital in Owerri, in Imo State? There was no light. There was no light. No fan in a hospital. The babies, they were using hand fans to fan babies. This is what our people are going through. They were using hand fan. Akupe in Igbo land is what they were using to farm newly born children, babies. Jesus Christ. Even as poor as Ghana. Yeah, we have challenges as poor as Ghana. We don't have the resources the zoo has. If we have the resources the zoo have, in fact, people would take visa to come to Ghana. People would take visa to come to Ghana. Because we know who we are, we know where we're coming from. Yes, we have corrupt leaders as well. We have corrupt leaders as well that are making life miserable as well for our people. It's an African thing, but the Nigerian one is too much, and that is why you and I must rise up to stop it before it swallows all of us. They are targeting the Biafra land with the enormous gas reserve, crude oil, and other things that are there. Once they lay hand to it and access to the Atlantic Ocean, the world will not be a safe place for them. Even America will not be a safe place. They will be jittery because of the enormous resources these people are going to control. They have gold in the north. They have other things in the north. They have gas in abundance. If you allow them to take it, if you allow them with your own foolishness, the useless political correctness of our people, trying to be good in the eyes of your enemies that are killing your own people, fighting your own people, trying to be, seen as, how do I call it? How do they call it? Somebody, I've forgotten. Someone that values a country, someone that values, that loves a patriotic. You want them to see you as a patriotic person, whereas your land is under ravage. Whereas your mothers, their aunties cannot go to their farm without looking at their shoulders because of the, the infiltration of the armed Fulani herders and cattle rearers that are taking over every place in our land. If not for Mazen Kanu, if you cannot fight, if you cannot rise up, what happened to the indigenous Hausa people in the north? Who happened to you? What happened to Lebanon? Go and look at the history of Lebanon. What was their crime? They wanted to act like so many of us today on social media in space, criticizing and castigating your own. They only gave room for refugees to come into their country. That was the end of it. That was the end of it. I was listening to one of the historians, a young lady of Lebanese origin, telling this story. Go and check it. If you don't rise up, what happened to the native Antioch people? Now today, Turkey will happen to our people. I do not know whether when you look at the history of these people, you still block your ears. You still feel that you are blinded, you cannot see the evil that is about to befall our land. Instead of you to support, instead of you, even if you cannot support, just keep quiet and stop criticizing them so that they will not use you to fight your own people. You begin to talk so that you will call you a patriotic Nigeria. That Nigeria you are supporting will kill you. That Nigeria you are supporting will kill you. And that is why Mazi choose anybody who is a one Nigerianist. If Nigeria happens to him, I will shout hallelujah on his head or her head before I call him my brother or my Namoche or my Nemoche. Because they were the people that contributed, that gave them the farm, that were fanning the fire for this criminal entity to continue to deal with us. Any of them, whether they are man or woman in Biafra land, who is the one Nigerianist trying to be politically correct, to protect and validate that criminal construct. Anytime Nigeria happens to them, I will first of all drink what we call akpeteshi, ogogoro. I will first of all drink one shot of ogogoro on their head, use it and pour on the ground before I will now accept that person or fight for that person. Because they have done more harm than good. The worst enemy Mazu Jukes will have is the enemy within. It is the enemy that told the one in the outside that this is where these people are and they come for our heads. You saw what happened, what Afonja did. And when Afonja finished, what happened? Those that are supposed to fight for him, his brothers and sisters that are supposed to support him, they used him to deal with them. After dealing with them, he was shouting, hallelujah, oh, he's done everything. They came and took him up. There was nobody again to support him or fight for him. This is what our people are doing. I will never respect any one of them. The only thing that made me to hate Nnamdi Azikiwe today is because of that singular act, telling the French government that we're one way or the other supporting Ojukwu and the gallant men and women that were fighting, telling them to stop supporting rebels. That was what the man said. He is on papers. A man that left to Nigeria, came to Ghana here, and he was a policeman in Ghana, in a place they call Takra, the Western region. Nnamdi Azikiwe was a policeman in Ghana in those days. That was how he got to know Kwame Nkrumah and they became friends. He was the one that advised one French government not to support his brothers and call them rebels. The other things he did, we don't know. And we failed in that war. Over 3 million people were slaughtered in that war. And you want me to respect such elder even in his grave? No, I will not do that. Because those people that are supposed to be scientists and doctors, physicists and chemists, all of them were slaughtered during that war. They were dealt with during that war. They died because of malnutrition. Kwashako, protein malnutrition. They died. The head swollen, stomach protruding, and tiny limbs. And at the end, they give up the ghost. And you want me to love such people? The family of Opa, Biasekas, and the rest of them, where are they today? Where are they today? If you are one of those agents that are being used to perpetrate propaganda against your own people, the same way we are calling those people today in the past, that is how we are going to call you, and your own will be very, very brutal. May God bless Biafrans all over the world. May God bless Mazen Kanu. May God bless the Prime Minister, his honorable members, the media warriors, anybody who is supporting the cause of Biafra. May God bless our enemies and keep them alive to see what Biafra will be in the nearest future. May God bless the Finnish people for what they are doing for us. And as they do, God is going to bless them and make them a country to reckon with in the world. I thank you, my brother, for having me. God bless all of you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for your amazing contribution always. May Ojukwu Abiyama continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. Thank you so much. Just as you always say, if you can be doing what you are doing, no Biafran have any excuse not to support the restoration of Biafra. If you can be committing your own time with all the comfort that you have in your own country, where you are presently, and still you commit your time, your energy, your money, and everything to the restoration of Biafra, I don't see any excuse any Biafran will give. Thank you, my beloved brother. My fellow Biafran that are watching this program, I appreciate every one of you that has been able to join us up to this very time. We have spent almost 2 hours, 30 minutes on this program, and we are bringing to the program to the end. And before we close this program, finally, I have to give you some messages from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon, that were very important for us to use that and close the program.
Biafra nation you defend, with love and spirit you wound them.
I'm sorry, that's not what I'm looking for. Let me get a message, very important message from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, a message that we have to take home in the midst of all the challenges, and we have to do what we have to do to see that we are not obstructed, we are not delayed, and we are not distracted. We have to continue to make differences in all our ways, and want you to remember this word at all the time. Keep it in your heart.
We are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. Biafrans in the United States, I want every one of you to remember these 3 words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. To remember these 3 words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. I want every one of you to remember these 3 words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. I want every one of you to remember these 3 words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be.
I want you to take that message home as you are going. It is a very, very important message that you will sleep over, think over, hold it to your heart at all times. Everyone that has connected to this program, I appreciate you wherever you connected from. Every Biafrans across the world, those who are participating on the sit at home today, I say, may Ojukwu Abiyama continue to guide and protect every one of you. Wherever you are today as a Biafran, I pray that Ojukwu Abiyama will be your guide, your protector, your savior. You shall be protected, no evil shall befall you. I pray for the Liberation Army of Biafra, that Ojukwu Abiyama will guide and protect our Liberation Army. I pray that Ojukwu Abiyama will guide and protect the de facto government in the homeland and every officials. Ojukwu Abiyama will guide them and protect them, and no evil shall befall them. I pray also for all our media warriors that are speaking on different platforms. Wherever you are as a media warrior, I pray that Ojukwu Abiyama will guide you, protect you, secure you, and no evil shall befall you. I also pray for the government of Biafra and the members of the cabinet that Ojukwu will guide and protect every member of the cabinet. I pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, for divine protection, for divine victory, for divine security. I pray for Mazi Simon Ekpa for divine safety. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. Every pit they dig for him, they will fall into it. Every trap they set for him, it will catch them. I pray for our supreme leader, Mazi Kanu, for divine healing, for divine strength, for divine health. May Ojukwu grant him divine wisdom, divine revelation. Strengthen him until he joins us very soon. Every plan of the evil against him will never work. Wherever he is, he will be covered by the power and strength of the Ojukwu. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. Every weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans will never prosper. Every weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, will never prosper. Every weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Mazi Kanu shall never prosper. Thank you for being part of this message. Thank you for joining on the program. May Ojukwu guide and protect you. And we will see again tomorrow by the grace of Ojukwu. If you have time, you can also join us on Exodus Hub Talk TV later in the day. Stay blessed, and may Ojukwu be with you. See you again next time.
Simon Ekpa stand in charge. Good guy fighting for us all. Biafra nation you defend. With love and spirit you won't bend. Strength and courage in your heart. From Ghana to Nigeria we all start. Thank you Simon Ekpa, we adore. With you leading we soar. Simon Ekpa, the good guy. Raise our flags high, touch the sky. Biafra love in every beat. With your spirit we can't be beat. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. In brightest day or darkest night, Simon, you're our guiding light. Together we'll find our way. With your spirit here to stay. Biafra's heart, it beats with pride. Simon Ekpa by our side. No matter what it takes, we'll strive. With you our future comes alive. Simon Ekpa, the good guy. Raise our flags high, touch the sky. Biafra love in every beat. With your spirit we can't be beat. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. In brightest day or darkest night, Simon, you with your spirit here to stay. Biafra's heart, it beats with pride. Simon and Bob by our side. No matter what it takes, we'll strive. With you, our future comes alive. Biafra's heart, it beats with pride. Simon and Bob by our side.